The Senate will come to order. The Secretary will call the roll.
Senator Buck. Senator Cannizzaro. Senator Cruz Crawford. Senator Daley. Senator Donyate. Senator Dondero-Loop. Senator Ellison. Senator Flores. Senator Hansen. Senator Krasner. Senator Lang. Senator Neal. Senator Wynn. Senator Orenshaw. Senator Pizzina. Senator Rogish. Senator Scheibel. Senator Steinbeck. Senator Stone. Senator Taylor. Senator Titus.
Let the record reflect there are 19 senators present. Please mark Senator Orenshaw present. When he arrives, he's running late. Senator Lang.
Mr. President, please mark Senator Cannizzaro absent excused.
Thank you. We are now on order business 2. Please rise for the prayer by Padre Edgar Villanueva from St. Peter, Canisius, Sun Valley, Nevada, and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
And then, the kingdom is not only beyond our efforts, it is even beyond our vision. We accomplish in our lifetime only a tiny fraction of the magnificent enterprise that is God's work. Nothing we do is complete, which is a way of saying that the kingdom of God always lies beyond us. No statement says all that could be said. No prayer fully expresses our faith. No confession brings perfection. No program accomplishes everything that needs to be accomplished. This is what we are about. We plant seeds that one day will grow. We water seeds already planted, knowing that they hold future promise. We lay foundations that will need further development. We provide something that produces far beyond our capabilities. We cannot do everything, and there is a sense of liberation in realizing that. This enables us to do something and to do it very well. It may be incomplete what we do, but it is a beginning, an opportunity for God's grace to enter and do the rest. We may never see the end results of our work, but there is a difference between the master builder and the worker. We are workers, not master builders. We are ministers, not messiahs. We are prophets of a future not our own. Amen.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order of Business 3, reading and approval of the journal. By previous order of the Senate, the reading of the journal is dispensed with, and the President and Secretary are authorized to make the necessary corrections and additions. Order of Business 6, messages from the Assembly.
Assembly Chamber, Carson City, April 22nd, 2025. To the Honorable Senate, I have the honor to inform your honorable body that the Assembly on this day passed as amended Assembly Bills numbers 40, 177, 223, 280, 321, 384, 448, 451, 513, and Assembly Joint Resolution number 1. Signed, Jason Hadaway, Assistant Chief Clerk of the Assembly. End of messages.
Order of Business 16, remarks from the floor, introduction of guests. Senator Scheibel.
Thank you, Mr. President, and good morning, everybody. It is a very special day here in the legislature, and I am so pleased and so honored to welcome back many familiar faces, our former legislators who are here for Alumni Day. As you all know, Alumni Day is a time-honored tradition here in the Nevada Legislature and in the Nevada Senate, where we recognize those people who have made the personal sacrifice and taken the step to become public servants here in the state of Nevada, who've served our communities with integrity and distinction. We are so lucky to be joined by numerous individuals here who have formerly served as senators in the Nevada State Senate, and I believe my colleagues will be introducing them and letting everybody know about their wonderful accomplishments, both in the Senate and since then. But today's also a time for reflection, because every year we lose some of those great Nevadans who have served our community. And so today we also take a moment to reflect on those that we have lost and honor them and have a moment of gratitude for their service and for their leadership. And so at this time, we do have a slideshow that I hope you will all take part in, enjoy and appreciating with me.
Senator Scheibel.
Thank you, Mr. President, and thank you all for taking a moment to reflect and honor those who we have lost. And now we have an opportunity to recognize those who are still with us, because serving in a citizen legislature demands real and personal sacrifice, requiring lawmakers to set aside careers, time with their family, and personal interests for the good of the state. Yet these former legislators answered that call, choosing service to their fellow Nevadans, and it's this selfless dedication that we honor and celebrate here today. In addition to honoring the remarkable senators who have served in this chamber, Alumni Day also offers our newest members a unique and special opportunity. The opportunity to meet, connect, and learn from those who helped shape the future of Nevada through their leadership and their dedication. I encourage each and every one of you to take full advantage of this special occasion and the opportunity to learn and benefit from the wisdom of those who came before us and who still continue to serve Nevada today in their new roles or simply by choosing to come back here to share with us. And once again, I want to express my sincere appreciation to the former legislators joining us today. Your service to the great state of Nevada will always be respected and remembered by this body and by the people of Nevada. So please enjoy this well-deserved day of recognition here in Carson City. And most importantly, welcome back.
Senator Cruz Crawford.
Thank you, Mr. President. Today I am very honored to have a mentor of mine. It's so important what our senator from Senate District 9 said about being a mentor for our new legislators like myself. And today I have one of my greatest mentors, Senator Pat Spearman. She represents Senate District 1 in Las Vegas for 6 sessions from 2012 to 2024. She was born in Indianapolis, Indiana, and raised in all over the country, including the Deep South, and the daughter of a traveling evangelist and professional electrician. Moving frequently as a child, she developed a strong sense of community, service, and resilience, values that would shape the lifelong commitment to public service. Her pursuit of education led her to earn a bachelor's degree in political science from Norfolk State University, a master's in divinity from Seminary of the Southwest, and a doctorate of business administration from Walden University. These academic achievements reflect her passion for knowledge and preparation for leadership. Senator Spearman is also a proud decorated veteran of the United States Army, where she served for 29 years, retiring as a lieutenant colonel. Her military career culminated in the Pentagon, where she worked in the Army Operations Center as part of the Army Crisis Action Team, sharpening the leadership skills that would guide her political journey. Throughout her legislative career, she was a fearless advocate for civil rights, veterans, women's, and working family, championing landmark policies including the Nevada Equal Rights Amendment, equal pay for equal work, renewable energy initiatives, and expanded health care. She held key leadership roles where she was groundbreaking as the first female president pro tem, and she was also the co-majority whip and chair of the Senate Committees on Legislative Operations and Election, Health and Human Services, and Commerce and Labor. A relentless advocate for veterans, and she spearheaded efforts to expand services and protections for LGBTQ veterans and address military sexual trauma. My senator from Senate District 9, she is requesting to get a mug because she was one of the starting people for the LGBTQ rights. I would like everyone here to please wish Senator Spearman a warm welcome back to this body.
Senator Pazina.
Thank you, Mr. President. Today, it is my privilege to introduce former Senator Joyce Woodhouse, who proudly served in the Senate for 12 years and continues to serve as a leadership officer with the Nevada Senate. I'd also like to share that she is my mentor and one of my closest friends, and so I am truly honored to have the opportunity to introduce her to all of you today, though I'm sure many of you know her well. After a noble career as a public school teacher and principal with Clark County School District, Senator Woodhouse ran for public office, winning the honor of representing the people of Senate District 5 in 2006. During her 6 regular sessions and 9 special sessions with the Nevada Legislature, her expertise, knowledge, and leadership was relied upon to carry the state through good times and bad times, including a recession and a pandemic. She served in several leadership roles, including as co-minority whip, co-majority whip, and chief majority whip. Senator Woodhouse also served as chair of the Interim Finance Committee and the Senate Committees on Education, Finance, and Legislative Operations and Elections. The majority of her legislative committee appointments in both the interim and during session were on finance and education, topics that have been close to her heart ever since her time as a teacher. While Senator Woodhouse has many accomplishments from her legislative tenure, one notable achievement was her role in helping modernize the state's then 50-year-old education funding formula. She was also part of the 2019 session where we became a female majority legislature. Please join me in welcoming my mentor, my friend, and welcoming back to this esteemed chamber, Senator Woodhouse.
Senator Titus.
Thank you, Mr. President, and this body. I'm honored to have two alumni sitting with me. I'm going to start with Senator Sagaski, who is our Secretary of State. Please. It's really an honor to introduce one of our very distinguished alumni, former Senator Barbara Sagaski. Senator Sagaski was born in Minnesota and made Nevada her home in 1974. She was elected to the Nevada Assembly in 1996 and served 3 terms there before being elected to the Nevada Senate in 2002, where she also served 3 terms. During her 18 years as a legislator, Barbara Sagaski served in 9 regular and 12 special sessions. In the Assembly, she was co-assistant minority floor leader during the 1999 session and assistant minority floor leader during the 2001 session. In the Senate, she served as a minority whip during the 2009 session and 2 special sessions, and as assistant minority leader during the 2011 session. Senator Sagaski was known for her interest in education, particularly providing more resources to classroom teachers. She also sponsored important legislation related to traffic safety, especially for young teenage drivers, and was responsible for the enactment of Nevada's graduated driver's license law. Following her service in the legislature in 2016, she was elected Secretary of the State, where she served for 8 years until terming out in 2022. Senator Sagaski and her husband, Tim, have 2 children, Adam and Brett, and 6 grandchildren who she enjoys seeing more in her time since holding office. And just on a personal note, I think Senator Sagaski, Secretary of State Sagaski, was certainly a voice of sanity in 2016, and I appreciate that about her. And I also, on a personal note, as her many times where she would be out in the rural areas during her runs for office, she stayed at my house, and we went to church in the morning at the little Methodist church that practically was started by my grandparents and great-grandparents, as my great-uncle was a circuit rider preacher. And I remember my mom calling me out a little bit on that and thanking then Senator Sagaski for making me to go to church, because I didn't show up as often as my mom wanted me to be there. So she kind of got me a little bit on that. So please welcome Senate Hall of Fame member Barbara Sagaski back to the floor of the Senate. And now on a much honorary note, it's my privilege to introduce Senator Don Gustafson of Washoe County, who proudly served in the Senate District 14, which included the 7 counties of Esmeralda, Humboldt, Lander, Mineral, and parts of 9 Washoe, which now I represent many of those with redistricting. I have 3 of those counties that he represented. Senator Gustafson served a total of 18 years as a Nevada legislator, with 8 years in the Senate, 2010 to 2018, and 10 years in the Assembly, from 1996 to 2004, and from 2008 to 2010. During the course of his Senate career, he chaired the Natural Resources Committee and served as a member of Education, Judiciary, Transportation, just to name a few. During the interim, he served on many committees, including the Legislative Commission, and he chaired the LegCom on public lands and the Legislative Committee to oversee the Western Regional Water Commission. Senator Gustafson is well known for repeatedly trying to get rid of those ridiculous motorcycle wearing helmet requirements. That was one that he fought very hard for. He was also the primary sponsor of legislation to require the Department of Motor Vehicles, DMV, to establish a registry of emergency contact information. It's important. If you're not going to wear your helmet, by gosh, you better have an emergency notification. Some of you may also know that it was Senator Gustafson who passed legislation and increased the speed limit to 80 miles per hour in certain sections of rural Nevada, so thank you, Senator Gustafson, for that. Today, we wish Senator Gustafson a warm welcome back to this body. Thank you, everybody.
Senator Flores.
Thank you, Mr. President. Before I recognize Senator Mo Dennis, I wanted to very briefly say thank you to Padre Edgar, who led the invocation this morning. Padre Edgar, and I don't know if he's still, there he is, Padre Edgar is in the upper gallery. You know, he does Know Your Rights forums in his church. He does health clinics. He opens his door for whatever will empower human beings. And all humans are welcome in his church. Thousands of humans gather every single weekend to sit and pray with him. He is really, when I think of what the church represents, and when I think of empowering humans, and when I think of community service, he embodies all of that. So know that I am right behind you and will march alongside of you and do whatever I need to do, because you do amazing work and you inspire me and other Nevadans to show us what true service looks like. So I just wanted to say thank you. If you could please recognize him. And I know on Sunday, May 4th, he's going to be putting together a health clinic to help people get access to services. So please, Sun Valley, if you need anybody, send them in that direction. Padre, gracias. And with that, if I could have Senator Mo Dennis rise. Before I do have written statements that I want to read to properly recognize his resume. But I just wanted to say personally what an inspiration you've been to a lot of young Latinos. I remember as a kid, we would walk around and we would look at Senator Mo Dennis as the model and example of what it meant to be a leader in the community. He only went where the community needed him, period. I never once heard him talk about this strategy of how he was going to utilize politics to move from point A to point B to point, and then, you know, what we often see in this building that people are trying, and I'm respectfully, I'm not minimizing that, but that was not his purpose. He had a much stronger calling in the community. He has a tremendous amount of respect, so I'm proud to be able to call you, at one point, my senator, a mentor, and a friend. But so that you all know just the breadth of the amount of work and contribution he's done to this state. Senator Mo Dennis served in the Nevada Assembly from November 2004 to 2010, served in the Nevada Senate from 2010 to 2022, representing Senate District 2. Senator Dennis's life story is one that speaks to power of education, service, and dedication. Born in Brooklyn, New York, to parents who immigrated from Cuba, Mo and his family made Las Vegas their home, a decision that marked the beginning of a lifelong commitment to our community. After graduating from Rancho High School, Mo pursued his studies in music at BYU, after which he left to serve his Mormon mission for 2 years in Uruguay. He held several key leadership roles during his time in the Senate, including serving as a Senate Assistant Majority Whip from the 76th legislative session. His colleagues recognized his steady leadership and commitment, electing him as the first Hispanic majority leader of the Nevada Senate for the 77th session. Senator Dennis continued to serve as President pro tempore from the 79th through the 81st session, providing thoughtful guidance, leadership throughout his tenure. In his 18 years of legislative service, Senator Dennis served as a member, chair, and vice chair of numerous policy and fiscal committees with a particular focus on education and finance. His passion for improving education shaped his work and was instrumental in the passage of Nevada's education funding formula, a lasting contribution to our state's future. Senator Dennis's service has earned him wide recognition, including Hispanic of the Year Award with the Community Service Award from the Land Chamber of Commerce. He was also honored with induction into the Clark County School District Parent Hall of Fame, a fitting tribute to his commitment to not only as a legislator, but also a parent and advocate. Lastly, Senator Dennis is also a man of many talents as he plays the guitar, piano, and drums. And as I understand, he may often be spotted even on the basketball court from time to time. Please help me in making Senator Mo Dennis feel welcome.
Senator Donate.
Thank you, Mr. President. Today it's my honor to introduce former Senator and Assemblymember Maggie Carlton. Senator Carlton was born and raised in St. Louis, Missouri, but is a Nevadan by choice. After moving to Las Vegas in 1990, she secured a job as a coffee shop steward at Treasure Island, which piqued her interest in the culinary union and in politics. She began her distinguished legislative career when she was elected to the Nevada Senate in 1998, where she served until she was elected in the Assembly in 2010. As the longest-serving woman in the legislature, Senator Carlton is the first member to serve the maximum number of terms in both the Senate and the Assembly. And amazingly, she served in a total of 12 regular and 17 special sessions, the latter being tied with the most of any legislator. Senator Carlton's remarkable tenure in the legislature, including serving as a chair of Assembly Committee Ways and Means for several sessions and a few stints as the chair of the Interim Finance Committee among her extensive list of committee assignments. During her 24 years of service, Senator Carlton was a fierce advocate for working Nevadans, never forgetting her roots as a member of the Culinary Union, and she continued this advocacy as the executive director of the United Labor Agency of Nevada. And just as a few personal remarks, you know, in the 1990s, it was, for many of us, Senator Carlton being elected was historic, but not because she was a shop steward, but because she was one of us. She understood firsthand the sacrifice that many of our families often take to keep our city and our state going, and that led to her advocacy in this building, working to ensure that our families were protected at every step of the way and that our voices were reflected. And so today, as a culinary kid, I want to share my gratitude to Senator Carlton for not just paving the legacy for our families, but also the chance that I get to follow in your footsteps. And so I just want to thank you for your service, and please join me in honoring and thanking Senator Carlton for her service.
Senator Neal.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'm honored to have with me today our current Attorney General, AG, and former Senator Aaron Ford. And Senator Ford served in the Nevada Senate from 2012 to 2018, representing Senate District 11 in Clark County. His background is inspiring. He grew up in Dallas, Texas, and was the first in his family to graduate from college. Aaron holds multiple degrees, including a Bachelor's of Arts from Texas A&M, master's degree from George Washington University, and a master's Juris Doctorate and PhD from Ohio State University. Some will call that a triple threat. All right. His 6 years of legislative service included serving on numerous committees, including Education, Finance, and Judiciary. His leadership skills were quickly recognized, leading to his appointment as Senate Co-Assistant Majority Whip in his first session, and Senate Minority Leader in his second session, and then Senate Majority Leader in 2017. During his term as State Senate, A.G. Ford led the passage of significant legislation, including a measure which requires police officers to wear body cameras. He has served on many committees, boards, and organizations, including the Advisory Commission on the Administration of Justice, Advisory Council on Parental Involvement and Family Engagement, and the Education Commission of States. Senator Ford's dedication to public service is exemplified not only from his tenure in the Nevada State Senate, but also through his historic achievement as the first African American to hold a statewide constitutional office in Nevada. As AG, he leads with a clear and consistent commitment to his 5 C's: constitutional rights, criminal justice reform, consumer protection, client service, and community engagement. And I'm going to add my own little part to this. He has stood up for Nevadans with courage and fearlessness. He fought against monopolies, joining with other AGs, fighting against dismantling the Department of Education, integrity in elections, fighting against the loss of the health grants in Nevada, fighting against the unconstitutional delegation of executive power to DOJ, and also joined a lawsuit where he joined with FTC to try to prevent and block the merger of Kroger and Albertsons in Nevada. So we all know that it's a special person, right, to want to serve in the Nevada Senate, let alone the legislature. It requires a very special trait, which is dedication to human beings and service. And so we thank you for your service, and everybody join me in welcoming A.G. Ford to the Senate.
Senator Dondero Loop.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. It is my distinct pleasure today to introduce former Senator Helen Foley. Senator Foley served in the Nevada Assembly from her election November 1980 to 1982. She subsequently served in the Nevada Senate from 1982 to 1986, representing Senate District 3 in Clark County. She was born in Las Vegas and attended St. Anne's Elementary School and Bishop Gorman High School, where I will edit this and tell you that she was a cheerleader when the famous David Humm and Tom Humm ran that football team. Upon graduation, she attended the University of Nevada, Reno and UNLV, earning a bachelor's degree in political science. Additionally, Helen was a master's candidate in economics while attending UNLV. Her years of legislative service included 1 special session and 3 regular sessions, and during this time she was a member of the Legislative Commission in 1985 and designated as the first alternate, and Helen was a member of the Housing and Economic Development Committee for the National Conference of State Legislators. Helen is a familiar face to many of us as she has continued to work as a lobbyist for many years, advocating for issues near and dear to her heart, such as the American Wild Horse Campaign and health issues as well. Helen's interest in government traces back to serving in the Nevada Assembly intern in 1973. She was an aide to United States Congressman James Santini in Las Vegas, and an aide to U.S. Senator Howard Cannon in Washington, D.C., and a staff member on the U.S. Senate Committee on Rules and Information, chair of the Assembly Women's Caucus in 1981, and a delegate to the Democratic National Convention in 1984. I would also put a special note that Helen and I share a father bond, as my father, when he was a teacher at Las Vegas High School, taught her father at Las Vegas High School when they were both, my father was obviously a young teacher and her father was a young student. So with that, I hope that you will help me welcoming Senator Helen Foley.
Senator Hansen.
Thank you, Mr. President. My guest didn't come in, but everybody is very familiar with him, and I want to make sure he got honored for his years of service here, too. Senator James Settlemyre is a fourth-generation rancher who grew up on a ranch just south of the capital city in the Carson Valley. Senator Settlemyre attended California Polytech State University in San Luis Obispo, California, and earned a Bachelor of Science in Agricultural Education. He was first elected to the Nevada Assembly in 2006 and served 2 terms in that body before being elected to the Nevada Senate in 2010, where he served 3 terms representing Senate District 17, which included Churchill, Douglas, Lyon, and Story counties. Senator Settlemyre held many leadership roles during his time in the legislature, including serving as co-minority whip and co-majority whip. He also served as the Senate minority leader for both the 80th and 81st session of the legislature. Senator Settlemyre served on many committees during his legislative service, including Commerce and Labor, to which he actively contributed throughout the entire tenure of his time in the Senate, and for which he served as chair during the 2015 session. He also chaired the Sunset Subcommittee of the Legislative Commission and served on both the Legislative Commission and the Legislative Committee for the review and oversight of the Tahoe Regional Planning Agency and Marlette Lake Water System for 6 terms. During his career, he carried legislation to ensure reasonable accommodations for voters with disabilities, to ensure access to polling locations for all Nevadans, and he worked with California State Senator Ted Gaines to pass legislation in both California and Nevada to make higher education more affordable through a good neighbor policy. Since Senator Settlemyre recently termed out from the Senate, he has been busy serving as the director of the State Department of Conservation and Natural Resources, and we welcome his expertise back into the committee rooms on a regular basis. He is seen all around the halls all the time. So please join me in welcoming Senator Settlemyre, giving him the honor for serving for so many years in such a distinguished fashion in this chamber.
Senator Scheibel.
Thank you, Mr. President. It is my honor this morning to introduce a true titan of Nevada history and Nevada politics, Senator Richard Bryan, if you'd stand, please. And I am just so thrilled that you're able to be here, and I have the opportunity to share with all of my colleagues just a few of your incredible accomplishments. He's a recent inductee to the Nevada Senate Hall of Fame and served Nevada with distinction as a deputy district attorney, a public defender, an assembly member, a senator, the attorney general, and the governor, all before he became our representative in the United States Senate from 1989 to 2001. Senator Bryan was born in Washington, D.C., and after growing up in Las Vegas, like his father, he attended the University of Nevada, Reno. Go Pack. And after completing his military service as a captain in the Army Reserve, Senator Bryan attended law school, graduating from the Hastings College of Law. He was admitted to the Nevada State Bar at 26 years old, and within 2 years was appointed to the newly created position of Clark County Public Defender, the first in the state and the youngest public defender in the country. Senator Bryan's legislative record reveals a lawmaker dedicated to criminal justice and prison reform, ethics in government, consumer protection, and the preservation of Nevada's national treasures. His bipartisan spirit was clear as he frequently collaborated with Senator William Raggio, always putting Nevada first. In 1975, Senator Bryan sponsored a resolution to explore creating a law school at UNLV, a vision later realized with the founding of the William S. Boyd School of Law, where he played a key role, and as you all know, our own majority leader graduated with her JD just a few years later. Senator Bryan is perhaps best known for his partnership with Harry Reid, another United States senator, working to keep Nevada's gaming industry free of criminal influence and fighting to stop the creation of Yucca Mountain Nuclear Waste Facility. In these brief remarks, I've only touched on a few of the many highlights from Senator Bryan's remarkable career that spans over 50 years, which is weird because he doesn't look a day over 60, in Nevada politics, and includes contributions from across the state, too numerous to list. And I just want to say, on a personal note, I still remember the first time that I heard Senator Bryan speak at a function in Las Vegas, and when I heard that he was going to be there, I thought, that can't be right. He doesn't have the time to come talk to our little group and tell us about what it's like to be a governor and a U.S. attorney, a U.S. senator and the district attorney. But even in his retirement, he still takes the time to meet with Nevadans and to talk to them about the things that are going on in their community. And he continues to serve no matter where he is and no matter what he's doing. So I am so privileged to be able to welcome him back and hope you all will join me in making him feel welcome.
Thank you.
Senator Lang.
Thank you, Mr. President. I want to remind my colleagues and all of the alumni that there's a luncheon in room 3100 immediately after floor. So please make your way up as soon as you can. And with that, I would move that the Senate stand in adjournment until the hour of 11 a.m. on Monday, April 28th, a great day, my birthday, 2025.
All right, you've heard the motion. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carries. We are adjourned.